Daydreamers.
What's up, y'all? Welcome to the Chemical X channel. Tonight we are coming at y'all with the very first episode of Geekazoid TV, a show where we talk about our favorite shows on TV. And what better way to kick this thing off than to talk about Game of Thrones Season 6 finale, Winds of Winter. I'm Nerdy Amber, and I'm here with Space Menace and Live Action Animation, aka LA. How are you guys doing tonight?
Good.
Doing great.
Cool. I'm pretty sure the finale kind of left everybody with the not sure what to think, but okay, what are you guys' initial thoughts of this finale?
Man, that was amazing. Like the last 3 episodes of the season has been like just boom, boom, boom. Like they're about to go out with a bang. That's all I gotta say. It sucks that we have to wait a whole year to get that bang, but I mean, it was amazing.
I gotta fully agree with that. That was an amazing episode. That extra 15 minutes delivered a lot. Because some of the most like striking images happened in the last 15 minutes. You know. Ooh. Nereus and all the ships sailing across the sea, you know what I mean? And it's like it's finally on, and Tyrion even says it, like he says like, I can't believe that we're actually here where you're about to go for the Iron Throne, you know what I mean? Like, so shit is getting real very fast. So yeah, it was good. It was great.
Yeah, I am so happy because I think this is something every person that has been watching the show, every fan or non-fan or just people that like the series, whatever, book readers too, I think this is just what everyone has been waiting for, and we're finally approaching singularity. We're finally approaching to when everyone is going to come together, including the White Walkers. Like the White Walkers are going to start coming, Daenerys is coming across the sea, Cersei has taken over King's Landing, and everybody is approaching singularity, and I feel like there's going to be a huge big bang once everybody collides. Let's take a second. Let's talk about King's Landing. I think that was one of the first scenes that opened up the show. Yeah, I mean, just there was already kind of rumors going around of what Cersei had planned for the what are they called? The Sparrows? The Sparrows. What she had planned for that whole thing. Everyone pretty much knew that Cersei don't play no shit, and she wasn't about to do no damn trial. Like they shouldn't have let her go if they wanted to do that shit, because she wasn't gonna come back.
Cersei is like the ultimate bitter bitch. Like, she was just like sipping her wine. She was like, yeah, I'm not going to that.
I know.
Y'all come get me if you want to, but I ain't going to that. I'm gonna sit right here and sip my wine.
She asked like the main question that all black folks ask when they not gonna go somewhere: who all gonna be there?
Right.
She was asking that shit like, shit, I ain't going to that. Oh my gosh.
Ain't gonna be there for that one.
Who all gonna be there? Equals I'm not coming.
Right. Guess what? My son ain't going either.
Let's not even get started on Thomas as
today. Like this, like all y'all getting blown up today.
I mean, Cersei, man, she's bad, man, and I've always hated her, but I find myself rooting for the way that she did what she did. Just being a person that, like, I don't know, the reason for her doing what she did just made me really like kind of like root for her in that moment when she sat on Iron Throne. I thought it was cool, man, and she done like flipped the kingdom out, and it's like all black now. You know what I mean? And I was like, damn, she was wearing all black. Everybody in that room was in all black. You know what I mean? I was like, damn. You know what I'm saying?
The word went around quick. She passed that memo around like, look, everyone wear black when you approach my damn castle.
Right. So it's like, hey, she got that joint. And then she got the short hair now. So it's kind of rebellious, especially for that era. You know what I mean? Women didn't have short hair. You know what I mean? Especially not white women. If they did, they was wearing wigs down the ass. So I think it's very, I kind of dig her swag. I can't even lie. And
You know what I thought about when I saw her on the throne when they showed her? She looked exactly like her sons. Both of them.
She
Like
did.
out of all the women, because it's kind of seeming like it's going to be a woman reign right now. Like out of all the women, isn't she like the only one with the short hair?
Yep.
And all the
Yeah.
other women are very, they've got the long, beautiful hair.
Except for Yara, but Yara's hair is medium. It's not long, but it's not short like Cersei's either, even though she's way more masculine than what Cersei is.
Right. But I think she's giving off this very male kind of persona.
Right.
Because when she turned around and I was like, man, she looks exactly like her sons. Like, that's so crazy to me. Like,
when Jamie shows up and sees her, anybody have any thoughts about that? Like,
all I know is he just fucking loves her. He loves the shit out of her evil ass, and he loves her.
Do y'all think he was happy to see it?
I don't know by the way he was looking. It didn't seem like it seemed like he might have been surprised a little bit. Kind of like,
how this happened.
How this happened,
right.
Where's my son kind of thing. Like, you know what I mean? Because I don't know if he knows at this point, but that those kids are his.
Oh yeah, he knows. He definitely knew that the girl was his for sure.
Right. So, he was, he just didn't seem like he knew that was going to happen.
Right. I would like to talk about also the fact that with her having Daenerys, I hope I'm saying her name right, coming at, she's coming for the throne. That like Indian family is also
the
coming.
Dornish people.
Yeah, the Dornish people are coming. That's going to allow the Starks. The Starks will just be focusing on trying to keep the White Walkers away because winter coming. It's supposed to be the coldest winter, and Jon Snow has seen what that can be. It's good though because the Lannisters won't have the ability to kind of like disrupt what the Starks are doing. So I think in the next season, I think as battles are, I think that's kind of going to be what's going on. The Starks are going to be focused on White Walkers, and then it's going to be battles going on that keeps the Lannisters, busy. And in the end, I think the dust will probably settle in a way that allows the Starks to kind of, hang around and like pass the whole situation.
I would hope for, like kind of an alliance between I call her Dragon Lady because I ain't trying to pronounce it, but Dragon Lady and Jon Snow and him. I feel like, they
now sorry, I didn't mean to.
No, you're good. Go ahead.
But now we know that Daenerys is Jon Snow's aunt.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
The only person that knows this is Bran. And Bran is coming down. He's trying to get past the wall now. I mean, he went and did his little thing into the tree, and now he knows this information. Is he gonna come down and let his older brother know, quote unquote, not even really his older brother anymore, but let Jon Snow know what he knows? And then once Jon Snow does know, is he gonna reach out to Daenerys at that point? Or will it just be too much shit going on? Because when you think about it, okay, we have Daenerys, Dorne, and the Reach, which is Grandma Tyrell, on one side. We have Cersei at King's Landing and everyone else who is still loyal to the throne.
Mm-hmm.
And then we have Jon Snow, the Vale, and the Wildlings. And they're mainly just focused on the White Walker situation. So in my mind, I'm thinking something will transpire where they'll get pushed back, they'll get pushed south because winter is coming. And from that point, that will force an alliance because all this stuff is happening down south with Daenerys and Cersei, and pushing them back will force everyone to say, hey, up here, we have these dead people coming for us too. Y'all need to chill with that shit real quick. And then maybe everybody will just get along. I don't know. We'll see.
Where do you think the witch is going?
Oh, I forgot that. That was so sad. That was sad. Sir Davos, he was like, she was good. And I was just like, tears.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it was kind of crazy. She was like, "Yeah, my lord, this and my lord that," and it was like,
No
"But you're
guilt.
contradicting yourself." Like,
No, she has no
you know what I'm
guilt.
saying? Like, you sent these people to die. Like, they believed in what you said, and they died anyway. You know, like, so you were wrong. Your guy was wrong. Your guy was wrong about this kid. And then she was like, "Yeah, but he brought Jon Snow back." And it's just like, yeah, well, he could have stayed dead. You know what I'm saying?
He
Like,
kind of wanted to. He asked you not to do that shit
yeah, but he
again.
could have. You didn't have to bring. So it's kind of like, did they, you know, does that mean something? Like, because her guy told her to do these things and they were bad things, but he brought back Jon Snow. Like, what does that say about her? Like, exactly is her intentions? You know what I mean? Are they good? Like, is the God that she serves good, or is it actually bad? You know, like,
Well,
what is that gonna mean?
I think that what it brings into question is, and I wanted to kind of reference also, it all ties together. Like, I can root for Cersei in that one situation because, you know, the fanatics were taking over. You know what I mean? And like, she was not having that. You know what I mean? And honestly, that was the right move, I feel like. You know what I mean? Like, and she realized that her son just did not have the ability to do it. You know what I mean? Like, seeing him side with them, she was like, she was broken. And it's like, I think, Amber, you said in that podcast that we lost, like, the question now is, will Cersei go as far to kill her son? So when the Mount arrived, it was like, oh snap, is she about to do that? And she didn't, but she did just keep him from being in that room. You know what I mean? Where she did what she did. Unfortunately, he killed himself. So like, you can't let the fanatics take over. And also,
she
you know,
she didn't do anything to call him back. You know what I mean? Like, she probably knew that he was in a bad headspace. He just lost his wife. He watched his wife get exploded by wildfire. You know what I mean? And he was, when you think about it, he was just thrown into the situation, and the only hope he had was Tywin Lannister. Tywin was gonna mold him. Even though Tywin wasn't the greatest guy on the planet, he wasn't gonna let all this shit that went down go down. Like, Tywin would have at least had control over the Sparrow people.
But for real, honestly, I'm not a fan of any bitch assness, and he just had too much of that in him. So I mean, like, whatever happened to him happened to him. You know what I mean? And honestly, I think that's the way Cersei see it too. Like, she see weakness now in her kids. Are her kids dead? You know what I'm saying? And that was a prophecy. So it's like, you know, she just taking over. And honestly, I applaud her, because I feel like that's what she did for real is what somebody who got to make the right decision does. Because the Sparrows had to go, and that's just the bottom line. And I think that it also, like I said, goes back to what you said, LA. Like, I think it raises questions about what, you know, the witch is doing, because it's like, once you start following these fanatics, man, you make decisions that you shouldn't make. You know that you should not make. You know what I mean? And I think that, you know, people making the decision to get those people out of their lives shows the direction, because it's going towards a war direction where people don't want to be thinking about, you know what I mean, going to war for any reason other than these specific reasons that they got in front of them. You know what I mean? Like,
to save people, to save lives, not because they're worshiping a god.
Right, exactly. And also, did she really bring Jon back? Because with him having this, you know, dragon blood in him or whatever, basically now.
This is true.
You know what I mean? Space. You better get it.
That's true, though. I mean, I was even wondering, like, why didn't she bring back Rickon? Like, if Jon, I mean, maybe Jon just didn't want no parts of that black magic shit. But in my head, you know, I would think there would at least be an attempt. But
well, I think maybe
I'm wondering,
because if Jon dragon blood and she worshipped a fire god, maybe that's what helped facilitate it. You know what I mean? Because he's special, and that also means he could possibly ride dragons. So, like,
yeah, it definitely means he's a Targaryen and that he has this ability, the same abilities that Daenerys has.
Yeah, and he broke the sword of that White Walker. So it's like, Jon Snow is the fucking man. That's all I know.
Jon Snow's a beast.
And that scene when everybody's like, he's my king, and he just sitting back and he just beat a man. Oh my god!
He didn't say a damn thing. And Sansa couldn't help but sit there and just accept what was going on, because she pretty much was trying to escape being a Stark from season 1. You know what I mean? She wanted so badly to get out of Winterfell. She wanted so badly to be a princess and a queen and all this other shit and take someone else's last name that what's her name? Lady Lyanna Mormont. Oh, I love that little girl. She had to chump her and be like, "Hey, wait, is your last name Bolton or is it Lannister? Let's get this or Baratheon. I'm sorry, Baratheon or Bolton. Let's get this correct here because you're clearly not a Stark anymore. You've married like twice." So, I think Sansa had just no choice but to sit back and let Jon take kind of what is rightfully his in a sense, because he is a Stark. He's Lyanna Stark's child, and he's also a Targaryen. Which, if the Targaryens had not been overthrown, they really own rights to the throne in general. So I think that he just has more claim than she does.
He got claim to everything at this point. I mean, the biggest throne and just the king of the north. So it's a pretty special guy, man. And the whole Stark family is starting to come back. You know, finally making their comeback. Because then
even
also,
there's like 3 of them left.
Right, but all 3 of them are like bad asses, boy. You know what I mean?
Oh my god.
Ooh, Arya.
Arya.
Assassination, man. Come on.
A girl has learned. A girl has learned. She yeah, I'm happy she got that kill because if we recall, we go back, she was outside of the Red Wedding. She was outside of the castle. She was with the Hound, and the Hound kind of snatched her before she ran in there and tried to do something before she was ready. But she witnessed one of the dire wolves getting killed. She didn't really get to see what happened to her older brother and her mother, but she knew that it wasn't good, whatever was going on in there. So I'm so happy that she got the revenge kill. And I think, I'm not sure if Walder Frey was Walder Frey on her list of people. Remember when she had this list of people that she would say, and Cersei was one of them, and I want to say Walder Frey was one of them, but I'm not 100%. So I would love if she finally gets a chance to actually execute this list, because it's kind of been on hold ever since she went over to Bravos and tried to become faceless.
But that also means that, so is she still fucking with the mini face god dude and just doing her own kill?
I think she's out. No, I think she's out. I think she's just like, I can't.
The face from? What, she took a bunch of faces with her?
Oh, I don't know. Yeah. Or maybe she killed somebody there and just took their face. Maybe she just has acquired these skills. Because remember that all they were doing was cleaning bodies when they were there, cleaning bodies and taking the faces off of them. So maybe she just knows how to do it real quick.
Yeah,
maybe she can just kill somebody and just do it on site. On site?
I mean, she would want
to. She's Mystique now.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
She is. She definitely is the Mystique of Game of Thrones.
You know, anybody who's her general height is a threat to be somebody who's about to kill your ass.
I can't wait to see like what else she's got planned to do as well, as this whole kind of ending, finale unfolds.
I want to see the reunited. Really, the Sansa and Arya reunited, and Jon Snow and Arya, because they had a super tight relationship. She's still using the sword that he had made for her.
Yeah.
So it'll be interesting. I'm pretty sure news will travel fast, and she'll hear, Jon Snow is being proclaimed king of the North. And they're at Winterfell, so I'm pretty sure she's on her way home. It'll just be good to kind of see that. Or maybe she just has other plans and wants to handle that list she got going on.
Well, it would be so nice to see her just kind of go rogue and just basically take down a whole bunch of people.
And they don't even know. They're like, who is assassinating all these people?
Like, she's taking down soldiers and she's cutting their faces off and just like, you know what I'm saying? She's pulling a Carol from the Walking
Dead. Hell yeah, she sure is.
Cloaking herself,
covert,
else's robes. Yeah, man, that'd be nice to see.
This show is it's happened kind of all in one season because it seemed like everything that everybody's been standing around talking about for 5 seasons is actually starting to happen.
Yeah.
It's very exhilarating, and it makes it's going to make it hard to be let down, because not let down like it'll be a letdown of a show, but just to ramp yourself down because it's coming towards the end. But honestly, this feels like the middle, but it just feels like it took too long to get to the middle.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there was a lot of dragging. I don't want to say that some parts were unnecessary, because I think a lot of things. I think Arya's time in Bravo's really added more and fleshed out her character and fleshed out what her abilities will be like when she leaves, and just her whole struggle of wanting to forget what happened to her in the past and then coming to the realization that she is a Stark and that she needs to go back to that and go back to Westeros and handle business. I feel like I want to say it didn't need like 3 seasons. I think she has been over there for like 2 or 3 seasons. But at the same time, I think it was important. Did it need to be that long? I don't know. But I think it was important to have kind of these drug out moments in order to flesh out the characters.
You know what makes me feel maybe is that they kind of, everybody was kind of getting into something that seemed like it was kind of off the path of what their general thing that they were trying to do was. And like you said, Amber, like every time somebody did something like that, we learned a lot about them, you know what I mean, and their character moved forward. And that's what, makes you watch the show because it does that stuff well. Mm-hmm. But like, I think it was kind of weird to see Arya get with the many-faced gods and then leave so quickly, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And go from Daenerys, like, being out in the wilderness and getting stuck with, those one people again. And then
the Dothraki. Yeah, I think that was completely unnecessary. Like, I think they could have came up with another way. Like, she didn't need to get dropped off where the Dothraki are and go back through that whole thing of being with the call and going through all this stuff and this trial and then burning up everybody. It was good to prove a point, but I think they could have come up with a more clever way, a shorter way as well, than wasting time throwing her out there just to bring her back.
I think it's a clear example of the fact that they ran out of book. You know what I mean? Because I think if George R.R. Martin already had a bunch of books written, the many-faced god shit would have been, because I think somebody who reads the book told me that the many-faced god shit is shit that, it's a whole lot more shit that happens with that. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But I think that they started condensing some of George R.R. Martin's story. You know what I mean? Honestly, it feels kind of obvious. But I'm not complaining. It just makes it made it an action-packed season because of that. You know what I mean? Because everything that needed to pop off to send people back to what the whole thing is about, everybody going at the Iron Throne, is finally happening. And it's happening at the same time that the White Walkers are about to, do their yearly motherfucking advance on Winterfell. You know what I mean? So it's kind of like everything is about to happen.
I just hope that it doesn't play out too fast, and just because they're like, we need to come to an ending, and
right, that's what I'm saying.
This is gonna be the end, you guys, and we're gonna
I'm actually like the opposite. Like, I hope they don't leave on this super action-packed note and then only to throw us in the to next season and it's like super slow and everyone's like off doing other shit again. Like, I'm just like, please move forward. I'm like full force, like full speed ahead. Let's do it.
Like, it needs to just stay at this level until the last credit. They can even cut it in mid-sentence as long as, something's happening. Like, you know what I mean? They could just, like, do something. Like, don't... And it sucks because it's only going to be like 13 to 15 episodes, so it's just kind of like, why don't y'all just do it in one season? Like, why do you want to break it up?
I think they should do it in one season.
Yeah, 8 and 7 or 7 and 8. Like, that doesn't make any sense. And then you're gonna make people wait a year in between 8 episodes. Like, come on now.
That might possibly make people lose interest. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I don't like that. Sometimes I even get frustrated with the whole half season shit with The Walking Dead, where they leave and then they come back for the rest of the half. Like, it frustrates me at times.
Because they milk, because they know when you got a great fan base, you can milk more money out of it by having that break. You can milk money out of that break. You know what I mean? Making people go on Amazon and buy it. You know what I'm saying? Shit like that. You know.
Can we talk about how Varys has fast travel?
What's that?
Varys the spider. Why did it seem like he went to the Reach to meet with Grandma Tyrell and the Dornish people, and then turn around, he's on the boat with Tyrion and Daenerys? Like, I felt like he was the fastest traveler out of everybody in the whole damn story. Like, he went somewhere and came back in like the same episode. That never happens.
He's so aerodynamic because he don't have no penis.
He don't have no hair.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
It's probably because they were like, yeah, we only got 13 to 15 episodes left. We can't take 2 seasons at this point to get him where he got to go. Have him talk to some people and come back. I think what they should have did was they probably should have got to this point around season maybe 4-ish.
Right. I swear to God.
And
I
then
can't even express how much I agree.
Yeah, and then you would have been able to have the big climax. You could have 2 seasons of just just slaughtering battle. You know, everything's happening. And then if you want to die it down for the last season, you can do that. You know, you just tell the after story.
I want a die down season. So I want it to be 3 more seasons. I like where they are now. I want them to fight for 2 seasons. And then I want my 3rd season to be my die down season where I just get to watch my man Jon Snow on what will not be the Iron Throne anymore. He'll name it something else. You know what I'm saying? Chilling with this king of the fucking world. Because that's
his direwolf.
Me.
Oh, you know what? Like, Ghost has been getting no love. Like, oh my gosh, these dragons have taken up all the CGI monies. These dragons is like, we need all the CGI monies, Ghost. You will not get no love. So I'm like, yeah, like they should have like show his tail behind like the table, or it's like a little fake fur tail, something letting us know that he's alive, because he wasn't in the battle with the Boltons.
He's still on the wall though, right?
He was.
I read an article that was basically like, you know, Jon Snow didn't want him to go because he wasn't going to fare very well. You know, he was probably going to. I mean, look what happened to the poor giant. Like, you know, like he wasn't going to survive very long, so it was just kind of like, you know, didn't want him to be there.
Man, if I had a direwolf, I would have him like armored up. I would have him with like a helmet and plate armor and shit. Like, they were not taking care of their wolves. I'm so sorry.
That is the one thing they bet not do, because I'm honestly forgiving them for having the way that Cersei get rid of the sparrows is pretty much by bombing them to death. Like, y'all can be as fantasy as y'all want to be, but that's straight. I mean, like, it's like they let Michael Bay direct 5 minutes of Game of Thrones, and he found a way to put explosions in that bitch.
What? I forget what season it was where the wildfire made its first, like, the battle at Black Bay or whatever the hell that shit was called, and the I think Stannis used the wildfire that time. I'm just wondering where they getting this shit from. I know they said the Mad King kept a bunch of it underneath King's Landing. That's where Cersei got hers from. But where did Stannis get his shit from? Are they just manufacturing this stuff now?
They got a black market.
I love how Lancel, I think his name was Lancel Lannister was the first to get the explosion, because he the one who started this whole shit with the sparrows and stuff. He all of a sudden, he want to be sleeping with everybody, and all of a sudden he changed his ways and he want everybody else to be this way. I'm so glad. Just like you said, Kevin, she's evil, but was so happy to see her win. I was sad to see Marjorie get blown up because she was just kind of caught in the crossfire like everybody else, but I was so happy to see her win.
Yeah, that's the one time I wanted to get a win.
I was like, drown that bitch, drown that damn nun, drown her ass in that damn wine.
No, that's when I was rooting for her though.
I was like, drown her ass, and then she brought the mountain in there.
See, Cersei that's the part I didn't like. See, that's when Cersei gets her way too much. You know what I mean? Because Cersei, she needed that shit. You know what I'm saying? She needed somebody to slap her around and kind of be humbled in that particular way. For her to end her life, for her to be able to get the upper hand on that lady is kind of like, yeah, of course the lady was enjoying doing that to you. You fucking you're the worst. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right. You're like the most horrible person.
Right.
Here.
Like, you realize you're not likable, right? Like, anybody who had the opportunity to do that to you would take pleasure in it. You know what I'm saying? It's like, that's why at the end of the day, I always hate Cersei at the same time. Like, bitch, you don't understand that you shouldn't be liked and her to still get the upper hand. It's like, damn. Like,
the one's kind of like, I'm like, I just don't like her, period. Like, there's nothing that makes me be like, yeah, go you. I was just like, yeah, well, the blow up was nice, but I still don't like you.
Oh, man. Right. I'm probably the lone Cersei lover. But I just like bad guys in general. So I'm just like, yeah.
I mean, she is a great villain, though, for real. Like, she's a better villain than her children have been. You know, like Joffrey, of course. Because like she's so multi-layered, and the way that she gets her way makes you kind of hate her, but it's like she's so strong at the same time that it's like, you know, it's like, you know, she's gonna be in it for a while. Like Joffrey, you knew that you knew he was gonna be his own undoing, because people were gonna hate him so much that it was like they would spare no expense to make sure he was gonna be dead. You know, that was coming. You always knew it. But, like, nobody would... I think people are more scared of Cersei than any other Lannister. You know what I mean? Like, so it's the power that she has is different. You know what I mean? Because she don't give a fuck.
What do you guys think about the comparison between Grandma Tyrell and Cersei Lannister? When you really look at it, Cersei lost all three of her children. Grandma Tyrell lost both of her grandchildren. I don't know what happened to her actual children, but she mentioned that, you know, they took her future from her, which was in her grandchildren. What do you guys think about that comparison, and who do you think will win out in wanting this revenge for losing their futures, basically?
Who's gonna win?
Who do you think, if it was just Grandma Tyrell versus Cersei, the Reach versus King's Landing?
Who do you mean, like one in a fight, or their armies?
Yeah, their armies, and just their ability to want to get this revenge.
I think the ability to want the revenge is somewhat equal, but Cersei is a straight up doer. You know what I mean? So like when Cersei came to be like humble herself for help, and the one lady was like, you know, take it, you lost. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't tell Cersei if that bitch never said that and would have just joined her side, they might have came up with something that wouldn't have worked, and both ended up killed. But her saying, you lost, Cersei, and I can take pleasure in that. It's like, that's when she was like, hey, nigga, find out about that wildfire. Hell no. This bitch got me fucked up. That's what, you know what I'm saying? Like, nobody does that but Cersei.
Oh, shit. Damn. Was it her that set that shit off, though? Was it her? Was Grandma Tyrell the one who had initiated this wildfire shit? Because she didn't have to be that shady. She didn't have to be that shady.
Because that was about the next thing that Cersei did.
That's hilarious. Oh, my gosh.
I just lost it.
That is too funny. Oh, man.
Somebody get my baby powder. It's going down.
It's going down. Matt, what did the 5 fingers say today?
But you know who's gonna win the battle though?
Who?
I feel like Grandma Tyrell, because everybody's gonna be on her side. I mean, the Lannisters don't really have any more allies. That's been made clear. And even the father said, like, we don't even have as much money as y'all keep telling everybody we do. You know what I'm saying? Like, the Lannisters always pay their debt. Ain't always gonna be true. And they truly do not have allies anymore. You know what I mean? Like, I'm sure they have some that we don't know about that we'll get surprised by. You know what I mean? It'll probably be another, like, brown-skinned people. They got a bunch of ships to go against the brown-skinned people.
I just think they got a bunch of, like you said, other people, like houses that we don't really know much about, but are still loyal to the throne.
rich ass houses that'll offer them like 1 million boats. So this won't be easy. But I think the dragons and the fact that I think the diversity, honestly, to me, what this seems like, this part of the story is the Persians against the Greeks in actual history. Um, One of the things that created a lot of stories that white people continue to love to tell to make themselves seem like the greatest heroes of all time. And but I think this time the brown people are going to win. Cersei going down, and everybody with Cersei is going to win. I mean, against her going to win.
Do you think she will use wildfire again? Will it be dragonfire against wildfire?
The thing about it though, it's like unless she start making bombs out of it, which I wouldn't want to see, because then it's like, what movie or what show are we watching? So unless she like start making grenades out of it, you know what I mean, or something like that, I'm not sure. You know what I mean? Or maybe if she puts it in cannonballs or something. But I feel like then it's gonna get a little cartoonish, because then at the same time, for her to cause that much of an explosion, and for the way that we see it introduced, we got to be thinking that's all she had. You know what I mean? She put everything they could find into that.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
It would be kind of ridiculous. It's like, oh, all of a sudden she got this unlimited supply of this shit. You know what I'm saying? Hey, it's like you might as well start giving her tanks and shit too. Like, you know, find some magic way to make that bullshit too. Like all of a sudden she got mechanics and shit. Like,
oh no.
Then it'd be like, seriously, it'd be like, what are we watching? You know what I mean? Like, is this motherfucking League of Legends? Is this goddamn?
I don't think they have enough CGI monies for all that. So I think we'll really only be looking at the dragons.
Right.
All right. So let's see. I guess we can go ahead and try to wrap this up. What do you guys need to see in the season 7 premiere that in your mind will just set off the rest of the season for you? Like, what do you absolutely need to see in the first episode of season 7?
Man, that's tough to say because there's so much going on right now. I just want, like you said earlier, I just want to see all the Starks find some kind of way to communicate with each other. They may not be able to reconnect at the moment, but it'd be nice to see them reconnect. And I would love for some kind of message about what's going on to get back to Dragon Lady. But I want to know
about the White Walkers.
Yeah, just kind of like, all right, well, I know you're going to do this, but just in case you didn't know, you
might want to make a detour up here.
When you're done burning niggas up, there's some dead ones that you might need to sick your dragons on.
You mind if I borrow one of them dragons there? Can I?
Right. So what do you feed them again? Okay, cool.
We got you.
I'm gonna get yeah.
What about you, Sage?
That would be nice. That would be nice to see.
Yeah, I gotta agree with that. That would be awesome. I feel like maybe a Bran episode, or Bron, however you say his name, just to get it out of the way. I'd be cool with that. So then I know I can get 3-4 episodes of some shit that I actually give a fuck about. So maybe like they start the first episode off with him getting over the wall and then being dragged to Jon Snow. So it's like he can be right there next to him, and it's like we can get right away from the Bron shit, like for real, because I'm tired of that. So tired of it. So in a very selfish way, I would like to see a boring episode set. I know for sure that the rest of the season is going to be like the action-packed ones.
Like, get it out of the way.
Yeah.
I don't even know, like, I didn't know why Benjen dropped them right there anyway. Like, okay, I know there's magic in the wall and you can't pass it and shit, but get him closer, toss his ass over that shit. Like, why is there's other trees to talk with on the other side.
Yeah.
You saw what happened. Like, you talked to the tree last time and the Night King was right at your doorstep. So why are you doing this right now? Why don't you go across the wall and find another tree to talk to?
That was very disappointing. It's like, God damn it, now I know that next season, this him getting over this wall, it's going to be a few. God damn it. Because he can't walk. It's like, come on,
he
man.
Don't got a stretcher no more. Benjen just left him with the girl.
I would have
He don't got a
loved.
stretcher.
I would
Shit.
have. I know, right? I would have loved for them to be like they did when he was a kid. It's like, all right, he can't walk, and then like you don't even see him again till season like. It's like let's when we come back, let him already be over the
Right.
wall.
Yeah.
It's
Please,
like,
I don't want to
alright.
see the struggle of
We
him
didn't have to go
legless.
through that.
I don't want to see this struggle with him this girl trying to drag his ass. He's tall as fuck too. Like, we don't have time for this shit.
I mean, we saw it. She cannot drag him for very long. Just putting it out there.
I always look back to the Hold the Door episode and just how shady she was. She just dragging Bran and she looked back once and said, hold the door, and whipped back so fucking quick and just kept on running. I was just like, damn, Hodor gets no love, son. Not even a look back. She just told him what to do and kept it pushing.
She was like, look, man, if it's you or me, you gonna die.
You gonna hold that door. You gonna
Yeah,
hold the shit, and I'm gonna keep running. So
it's gonna be you. It was you. It was the little fairy chick, and now it's you. Like, you're going down. Like.
And it's fucking summer. Poor dire wolves. They don't know what the hell. All right. What do I want to see? I think I want to see. I just want to see first contact of any sort, meaning first contact with the White Walkers. Which now that you've brought the brand thing up, Kevin, I highly doubt that'll be in the first episode now. Since his ass got to worry about getting over the wall, I completely forgot about that. So I guess we can X out seeing any White Walkers. So I want to see first contact with Daenerys and her camp and King's Landing. Like, I just imagine like this standoff. They see all these boats come over the horizon, and then they bring out a bullhorn or some shit, or no, they send a damn raven from the boat. Hey, knock knock, bitch. Where's the fucking throne?
Right.
So yeah, I just want to see that first contact. Does Cersei even pay attention to politics? I just feel like she's always so wrapped in her own shit that she has no idea what's happening outside of King's Landing. So has anyone even told her that the Iron Islands is rebelling once again? And they've made contact because she travels. I know there's information out there, but I'm wondering if she's even paying attention or knows.
Yeah, but wouldn't Jamie know a lot of that? So wouldn't it start off with him telling her kind of what he knows about what's going on out there right now?
Yeah, I guess you're right. Yeah, that's true. But they always too busy.
He does know that, right? Like, didn't what's the name tell him that?
Tywin, right? His dad.
No,
the woman that was
yeah, the woman, yeah, she told him they were coming, right? And that she was gonna fight on that side, right? She said that, right?
I think so.
What woman?
Or she was just giving him the information, like, I found her and she's, coming.
The Lady Knight.
Oh, Brienne. Yeah. Brienne.
Yeah, did say that, right?
I think so. Right before she hopped on the boat and paddled away.
And he just waved at her, like he didn't even send nobody to get her. It was just like, well, she got away.
He loves her. He loves her too. That's his other love. Jamie is so mixed up in the head. He don't know if he loves his sister or not.
He love everybody. You know what I'm saying? And he hate them at the same time.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, I think he does know. So I guess maybe he will fill Cersei in. But does Cersei even care?
Probably not.
Pompous at times. That she just doesn't think she could be touched.
Yeah, it's great to watch for me. I mean, I don't know. I love to hate her. At this point, I'm starting to love hating her. She makes the show fun to watch because she gives you somebody to hate that also that the road to beating them isn't going to be easy. Like, as a sports fan, I always make a sports analogy. It was like watching LeBron beat Golden State. You knew that LeBron had to be that much better of a player to beat that good of a team. And, like, I started to love to hate Golden State because their own arrogance of like feeling like they couldn't be beat was starting to make them unlikable to me. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And it's like,
well, that was their undoing. That was their undoing. So. Like they got into the head of Steph Curry, and it just kind of trickled down from there.
Mm-hmm. And that's what you kind of want to see happen in a show, and that's what makes it watchable. Without like, if Joffrey was still alive, I could not watch this show. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Because he was annoying as hell.
Right.
I'm happy Tom is gone. To be honest, I mean, I was just like, little boy, move. You just when he took side of the sparrows, it's like from that whole beginning, like when that old man was spitting game to him, and he was just like, "Yeah," I'm just like, Tommen, your ass you need a whooping.
Who is that? Who's Tommen?
Tommen is the boy that jumped out the window.
Oh yeah, See, I didn't even know his name. He was just like placeholder. You know,
Lannister child.
Right.
Scene 1.
Right. That, like, to me, that's who he is in the credits. You know what I mean?
Lannister child 1. Oh shit.
Right.
Oh my
gosh.
I
mean? Like, who the fuck is he? Her daughter, I felt the same way about.
Lannister child 2.
Like, we hurry up and skip to the scene where she gets stabbed. You know.
Shit.
Beat to death somehow, thrown off a boat, bridge, something, because the shit's gonna happen.
Man, them kids,
I want to say that whole thing was like a waste of time as well. Like, I guess I don't see like how, I guess it just fulfilled the prophecy of all 3 of her children dying. But like the whole, I guess I love seeing Bronn and Jaime Lannister on screen together. They're so fucking funny. So I get that whole thing was funny. But I feel like going all the way out there to Dorne, I guess it did introduce the Dorne people too. I don't know. I mean, I just felt like maybe it could have been executed differently. I don't know. But yeah.
Yeah, but those kids stabbing that dude to death was real. Like,
Oh,
Yeah.
I just had to call attention to it.
That was
them little thugs, those are little birds. The little birds.
You know what I'm saying? Little hoodlums, you know what I'm saying? They're ISIS. You know what I'm saying?
I was so happy when I saw Lancel go down. He tried to go and blow the candle out. I was like, I hope this shit just burn you into a billion pieces.
The sparrows are the worst.
Who are they? Just came out of nowhere. They came out of absolute fucking nowhere.
Yeah.
All right, guys. So this was a great season finale. I guess we can all say we're super excited for season 7 next year. So we probably won't have anything to say about this till next year. So yeah. All right, guys. Where can we find you guys on social medias?
His latest first. Okay. Well, you can check me out at Geeks Are Easy, and that's on Instagram, YouTube, and Twitter.
I've been chewing on Cheerios. I was trying to keep the phone away from my mouth. Sorry. You can find me at Untouchable Black 55. I changed it from the Space Menace. And of course on at DDP Online. At DDP_online.
I love that I'm not the only person that's Twitter bipolar. I have like 5 different accounts. But the most recent is at Nerdy Amber. That's nerdy with an I. You can find me there on Twitters. Tweeting about random stuff, Game of Thrones, Walking Dead, and other things. So be sure to check us out there. So yeah, thanks for tuning in, you guys. Let us know down in the comments what you thought about the season finale and what you expect from season 7. Peace.
Peace out.
All right. I already messaged Don, letting him know that we are done.
Sweet.
Man, I ain't gonna lie, man. When I come in here straight from somewhere else and I don't eat, that was rough.
I could tell you kind of tired sounding,
yeah,
and it's like midnight.
Yeah, I'm not even tired. I just had to eat something. So, like, I could not resist starting to chew on some Cheerios. I really couldn't. I wanted to not. I tried to be a professional, but...
He was going ham. It was like...
Hell yeah, Cersei.
I'm so sorry. I could not help it.
I didn't notice it until you said anything.